Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brandy J, a voice to be reckoned with, season 3. It's going down. Today is it. Drum roll, please. Don't mind me, but what you do need to mind is the Tim and Brian show here. I'm excited. You should be excited. I know they're excited. Guys, let's give them a big listening and welcome. And let's just listen in and have a great time with these guys. They're so down to earth. And I was just so happy to be able to spend some time with them and get to know them and to invite them to a voice to be reckoned with, because they are voices with talent, voices with humor. And let's get it. Welcome, guys. A voice to be reckoned with. The Tim and Brian show. Okay, everybody. Right. Okay, everybody here is here on the set, right? Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, you stand over there and do whatever you do with that camera, do it, okay? Sheesh. Yes. Yes. Wardrobe in the back, and you already know what I'm wearing. Okay, thank you. Firing. This is not just what I do, it's a talent. Okay. All right. Who's the leader? I'm the lead role, okay? All right. So when they get here, like, you already know. I don't care what Tim says. What? No, darling. I'm the lead, and just go with the flow, okay? He knows who's really in charge here. Oh no, don't worry about Brian. Got him covered. Right. Lock him in the room. Don't let him out. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be the new Brian. Okay, female like, but just forget his part ever. Just do what I say. Okay. Goodness gracious. Tim's here. What? He's a little early. I haven't learned all my parts yet, but okay. Just what? Look, I've already been to the doctor. I'm fine. Okay? Thank you. Meds. Can you believe him? Anyways, so Tim doesn't know this, but this is the Brandy and Tim show now. Actually, I think he's gonna like it, and definitely think the crew's gonna agree. Do you think they will? Yeah. Well, I met the creator, Kayla, and I definitely think she'd go with it because she knows real talent. So, hello, that's a giver. Okay? And I'm going to replace that camera guy over there with their camera guy. He can stay. Yeah. He's cute, too. So, we're going to keep him over there. Okay? But as soon as things go left, he's out of there. Okay? Okay, they're coming in. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to pretend like this Tim and Brian show. Like, when they get here and be like, Tim and Brian show. But we all know it's the Brandy and Tim show. And he's lucky if I even keep his name in there. Okay, so. Action! Hey, guys. Gotti! Hope you like that, guys. I had a great time doing it. And, if you're ever looking for an extra person to cast, no pressure. But welcome, guys, to the Tim and Brian show. And so happy to have you here. Let's go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my show, A Voice to Be Reckoned with Brandy Joy. Today I have here with me the crew from Tim and Brian's, the Tim and Brian show. And I'm going to be quiet before I ruin something, and I'm going to let them take over right now. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy to have you here.
We're happy to be here. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Hey. So can I ask you guys, can you all do me a favor by introducing yourselves?
Sure. Okay. I'll start first. I'm Tim, the actor from Tim and Brian show.
I'm Kayla, and I wrote and directed the show.
I'm Matt. I play the cameraman, and I'm the camera guy for the show.
I'm Brian. I'm Brian from the Tim and Brian show.
Hey, Brian. Cool. Thank you all. Okay. So let me ask you guys, where did Tim and Brian's show like stem from? Like, how did you guys come about this creation?
Well, we were doing sets with other people, and it was really difficult. We realized to get multiple people at the same location at the same time, feed everybody. Everybody's on the same page, and so I wanted to kind of simplify things. So the pilot episode, we have 2 cast and 2 crew. So we were able to work on it and coordinate, and the communication was a bit more smooth that way. And then, yeah, that's how that came about. And I love comedy, so I wanted to make it a comedy.
Cool. Cool. That was a good idea, actually. All right. So, is this something that you guys go to school for? Okay. Cool.
Definitely. The 3 of us right here we're all have either been students or currently still students of Los Angeles Film School Online. And that's kind of like how me and Matt met. Was he had a school project, and I was like, oh, I got local students here. You know what I mean? I'm going to jump on his set. And since then, we've been working together, and it's been magic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. What about Brian over there? Brian?
Well, actually, I went to school a little bit. I went to the Colorado Media School for a little bit. And then from there, I actually got on my first set, Diamond in the Rough. And from there, I just had a lot more projects come on. And then I actually met Tim on another movie set. And then that's how we started working together.
All right. Cool. Okay. So as far as acting wise, is this something like, have you guys always like wanted to, anybody like the actor?
Brian is our main, like, he's the one who's been acting the longest.
Okay.
And then Tim wanted to be an actor for the show just because I drew the characters from their personality traits. So it was just super easy to have Tim be Tim.
Okay, cool. So it's kind of like we're actually like, when we watch it, we're actually watching
Tim and Brian. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So, all right. So, guys, gotta ask. I think I asked this before, but I'm going to ask it again. You guys really smoke that much?
Well, me and Brian definitely do. Me and Brian, we smoke, I would say we smoke about a quarter every 2 days. About?
Damn.
Yeah,
so about an eighth a day.
Wow.
Yeah. We don't breathe oxygen, we breathe heat.
Very true.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for Matt, he doesn't really smoke, but he's not against it. He's really cool with it on set and stuff.
Yeah, I just fall apart. So it's just everyone else smoking.
Yeah, not for everybody.
Right? And for Kayla, well, she has a real job. She has good sense. So
Got it. I know how that is. So you guys get to have all the fun, basically, where everybody else has to go to their jobs, and you guys just.
Yeah, for sure.
Point the camera at them and capture their nonsense.
I would love to see that. I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Definitely.
So I don't know if I asked you guys, but I probably didn't, and I know because the it's the movies that comes out in the show. It comes out in March, right? Was it March?
Oh no, January. 1 week.
January.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, because I know you don't want to like give away, because you did your trailer, and so basically, in the trailer, that's what you're willing to give away, right? That's just what it is. Until like, don't answer any more questions, Brandy. Let it go. Okay. I had questions, but I'll wait. Well, I'm happy. I'm excited about when it comes out. Do you want to go ahead and just like put it out in the air right now? When we could say it a few times on here, just put it out there and let everybody know when it's actually coming out.
Yeah, so it's going to be coming out on a Roku platform and Amazon Fire, the TV, and it's on an app called Resilient, and so it's free to watch. And if you have either of those two things, that's where it's going to be releasing at.
And that's all I have. I have like in my son's room, I have a Roku. In my living room, I have a Roku, and then in my room, I have a Fire TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get TV.
Yeah.
Right?
That'll
I'm
be
like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm good to go. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was gonna wait for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
thought that she was asking us.
I was gonna answer some questions. Yeah, but no,
Oh, yeah?
it's just a fun show. It's about Tim and Brian, so it's not really their characters, like, because they're in all actuality, they're friends and roommates, and we all have lives. But in the show, they inherit a house from their dead uncle, and they can't sell it unless they both agree on it. But they don't both agree on it, so they're kind of stuck together, and they have conflicting personalities.
Okay. And so basically, that to be able to do and to move forward, they have to agree on something.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in that disagreements, it really turns into like a real life sibling rivalry.
Yeah. It's like a.
We have some pretty crazy times on set.
Yeah.
I bet. I bet smoking helps with that decision, though. I bet.
Smoking helps.
It
For
helps
sure, for
relax
sure.
their faces.
Oh boy, that is so funny. So do you guys like have any this is my show. I just I ask those questions that pop in my head that some people probably won't ask, but like, do you guys have you encountered anybody that's kind of like, or maybe that you're close to, that doesn't agree with your movie, or just has anything negative about it, or not so supportive, or that they don't believe?
Well, actually, I turned on Tim and Brian to show some of my friends while I was on vacation, and my parents walked by, and they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna go to the room and watch something else." They weren't interested at all. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a very specific audience,
Yeah.
yeah.
For some people, it's just, another stoner film, just two stupid guys getting high. And for others, it's definitely going to catch them and be relatable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It really depends on the audience.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, you know the right ones to watch it. But yeah, I was asking because, as far as like with creatives, I know for me, like, I had like no support really, that I expected to have. Like, I'd be like, oh, did you hear my show? I give them the links, like my, someone really close to me. I'm not going to say who. And then it was all kind of excuses. Oh, I don't get that app. I was like, well, it comes on this one, and this one. And I don't get that one. And then it was just like, okay, come on. And the sad part about it is that I did a dedication to that person. And I don't know if they ever listened or they were lying and they listened, but they didn't listen. And I was really excited, and like everybody's, oh, that show you be doing, if it comes up or I bring it up or something like that. So it's just like,
yeah, I get some of that. Like, I sent my sisters the link probably in like when we first got it done to like field it out, and they didn't watch it. Like, I had to make them watch it when they came to my house because I was like, we're in my house now. Like, watch it.
You have to, right? Respect my house.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. When you think though, you would think that like people close to your families would. It kind of blew me away. I was like, you don't know, watch this. This is what I love to do. I was like, you love me, but it's like the farthest thing away from them. I
feel like too is that there's this stigma of like, if things are like low budget or not popular yet, people have a hard time to sign on with it. I feel like when we first released our trailer, we didn't really have as many, people that excited about it. The minute we released our trailer and said that we had distribution, then it was like, oh, congratulations, thank you. We want to be your friend now.
Wow.
That was successful a little bit, But that's kind of cool. I think it's just that people are, they have to see it go somewhere for some people to be actually on board with you.
For sure. That's true. I don't feel so bad if I got that wrong. I just
It's fine. It's okay.
Okay, so what is your favorite? Let me think. What is your favorite part?
My favorite part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would say my favorite part in the show itself is Brian's attitude once he's celebrating a small victory. And I just think the setup that we have for him in that scene is super hilarious. And so it's in the preview too, the blooper trailer, right?
Yeah.
Where he's in the bathtub with the grapes and the floating bowl, and like I love that for some reason. I thought it was hilarious. So that's probably my favorite one.
I think I remember that part. That was in the trailer, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much was going on. I was just like,
yeah.
I gotta see this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pam, what about you?
I think my favorite part is that really I get to be myself a lot, you know, or I mean, I am kind of a hothead sometimes. I hate to admit it, but in being that hothead and then playing myself, it's an awesome feeling. It's like to look back like, damn, you really like that, dude? You know?
Like self-evaluation.
He's like, that's what I look like when I'm mad.
I think like a lot of like one of my favorite parts would have to be like, you know, it was actually in the blooper, but I actually burned Brian's hair on accident while lighting his blunt for him. We rolled with it, you know, even though it was a blooper, because it was really funny, and I don't think we could replicate that again. But like, I almost lit man's hair on fire.
Funny, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Brian.
Oh yeah, it's so bad.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. I'm like sitting here picturing it in my head. Did you smell it? That's what, right? Did you just like smell it? Or you almost?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Because the blooper shows it a little bit in the episode, you'll really be able to see it. Like you'll see his hair singe up with the fire. Like, I thought he was gonna be pissed after. As soon as they call cut, I was like, "Oh man, he's gonna be pissed as hell at me right now." But here, just smiling like it's all good, bro.
I didn't really care. I was like, it's gonna go back. So it's all good.
That's for that good weed. That's why. Huh?
My hair is on fire. Oh well.
Oh man. Okay. All right, Nat, what about you? Oh, we're gonna jump through Brian. I was gonna go down the line, but we can go ahead, Brian. What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is definitely when Tim and I fight. We get into this fight about the smoking challenge that we're gonna have, and I don't want to spoil anything, but we end up fighting, and it was definitely probably one of the most funnest scenes to ever film. Out of anything I've ever been part of and acted in, this was definitely one for sure.
Okay.
And
I gotta see this movie. I'm excited.
Can't wait.
And I also got to be myself, and pretty much whenever Tim got mad, I pretty much just kept a really chill attitude, and pretty much like if he was pissed at me, then I kind of turned down like whatever he's saying and kind of just make a mockery of it, and I would piss him off even more. So it was just funnier to me. And we had a great time filming, crazy times on set.
Cool. All right, Matt, what about yourself?
I think Brian just said it, but it's fun just to all come together and we all get along and we all have a lot of fun together. So even though we are working, we're trying to make something, we're trying to be creative, trying to bring Kayla's story and her vision to life and make it happen. So, you know, there's still a lot of work that goes on, but we're always having fun doing it. You know, we all give each other some leeway to learn the lines or get through it. They're very patient with me. I want to try a different camera angle or light it a different way. You know, we don't have tons of pressure that we're all on this real tight budget. It's all got to get done today. You know, everyone's relaxed. Like we're working through it. We're enjoying the process. And that's what I like. I like every day working together on it.
For sure. Okay. So did you guys have like other people there that like aren't here now? You know, just like, you know, around or helping, or just you guys?
Not for this first episode. It was the four of us. Yeah.
But we are going to bring some guests into episode 2. So I think that's going to be funny because we see the dynamic between Tim and Brian in the pilot. And now that people have kind of seen our page and know what we're about, there's a couple people who are interested in working with us. So we're definitely going to have guests on the next, then future episodes. Everyone's going to have like some different characters to play off that dynamic.
Yeah, that's cool. You got me like thinking like, so who? Like, is there anybody like off the top of your head right now, like a celebrity that you would like want to like join an episode?
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen?
Get on our show.
Or Dave Chappelle would be.
I was gonna say Dave.
Yes.
Yes.
That would be great.
I like him. He's one of my
funny.
comedic heroes.
I can't think of his name, but the Asian actor from Always Be My Maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
He's like the main actor from. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. Him too.
The dude who played Kim Jong Un in the interview.
Yeah, the guy who plays Kim Jong Un on the interview. Like that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Yep.
Hey, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Listen closely. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And then you can listen to me, Brandy Joy, with a voice to be reckoned with.
Totally see it.
Yeah, I can
like vision right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can only imagine what he'd have to say about 2 Asian stoners who can't get their shit together yet. Like, I mean,
right? Okay. Do you guys have any of you have like any favorite comedians?
probably Dave Chappelle
Dave Chappelle
and
is
Joe
mine.
Rogan.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like Joe Rogan. I think he's pretty funny.
Okay. Do you guys watch this the podcast?
Yes,
yeah, definitely.
yes.
I was
Okay.
just listening to it today.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be so dope if Joe Rogan listened to my podcast.
Yeah.
That would
He
be
should,
great.
That
yeah.
would be cool.
Ah.
Actually, today, whoever he had on, RZA and someone else, he was telling them, like, do a podcast. Everyone should do a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, get on, share your voice. People want to listen. They want to hear. Like, podcasts are,
Yeah.
you know, we can have this kind of dynamic where
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of rules. It's not TV where, you know, you better sit up and say the right thing.
Yeah.
Right. Or your ponytail better not be flopping all over the place. And your camera.
Make up.
I can't stay still. I'm just, I give up. I completely give up. I was gonna like make me a glass. I'm not gonna like a cup of wine before I came in here, and I was just like, you know what? I gotta go. They're waiting for me. You know, it is what it is. Okay. So, hey, do you guys have anything you want to know about? Because I mean, you guys are going to be on Michelle, and this is history. We just made history right now. Is there anything that you guys do or you don't know about the show? Because I don't know if you guys did. I think we talked about it the other day. Or you said you checked some out, Tim. But when we got off of the call, I was thinking, I was like, because earlier that day, I think I did my first interview. I don't know if I told you guys or the day before. Like I had one a long time ago by Anthony Williams. I don't know if you've heard of or know him, but I don't really remember what happened because I was so nervous. I don't remember that one too much. But then I recalled, you know, like nobody really knows. I never really get to tell the people what this is or what the show stands behind. So I always just wondered if I even make that clear or if everybody was just like happy just to do the show, like, yeah, you know. You know what I mean? Then later on, you find out that I support, like,
I know.
you know what I mean? Thought that, you know, I find that important because this year my show is like turning up a notch from season 3, and I'm becoming more connected to my show. Kind of like I was trying to figure out something was missing, and then I was like, it's me I'm missing. So, yeah. So that's that.
Yeah.
So are these interviews like a new addition to your show?
No, what's new for me is the video.
Okay.
Oh.
I usually just do audio. So in the beginning, it was just me, and but I found out that I be very entertaining, just me alone. So that's a good thing. Yeah, that's what I was told. And but then I would get people, just come on, you have something to share. Actually, my son did I think he did my very first podcast. So he's 12, and it was on bullying because we had been he had dealt with a lot of bullying too. So I was trying to get him to jump on board with the campaign because he had been through so much. So we did that, and then he did global warming. Like he's got this thing with global warming. He's really pissed off. And so yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's especially because Tim's watched more of them, that the anti-bullying, but just the overall positivity of the podcast. Like there's people whose entire podcasts are just roasting other people, right? And so,
how much of that can you do?
I don't think that you have like a message and kind of a direction that you go with yours that's more positive.
Yeah, for sure. Positive. I try to keep it always respectful, you know what I mean? Light. Stay away from politics and religion.
Right.
Definitely that.
Yeah.
But, but sometimes I had a guest come on. I don't know if you heard of Lori Golden. But she came on. She had like a really powerful message because hers had to do with abuse because she was a victim of incest in her home. So, you know what I mean? And that was really deep. But it was like, but it's a voice to be reckoned with. And so you laugh, you cry, if you're mad, then that means that, I touched all your emotions and it makes you mad to want to make change or whatever. If I could strike some kind of emotion out of people, then I have arrived.
There you go.
Yeah. For sure. And that's what you guys are doing too. You're making people laugh, and that's like one of the best,
Laughter is so good for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Comedy has always been my favorite genre. I love watching stand-up comedians. I think they're so smart because the way they address real issues is just so hilarious. It makes you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah, it's not something like some people look at like, oh, that's easy. So that's got to be kind of nerve-wracking because you have to be funny, and then you just have to be really smooth and good. You know what I mean? So yeah, totally. Have you ever had dreams, desires to want to be like a comedian? Any of you?
I love making people laugh. Every time I make someone laugh, it just makes me feel so much better because I just made their day, and I could just see a smile on their face. I love doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
I've thought of stand-up comedy, but because when I'm talking or just chilling with people, then I have some funny jokes sometimes. But then when I think about having to explain them on a stage for a bunch of strangers, I just don't think it would be that funny at that point. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. You want to give us a try right now? Give it a go?
I'm good.
All right.
No, I'm okay.
It's hard to be on the spot.
Yeah,
definitely props to people who can come
Yeah.
up with a bit, memorize it, figure out how to deliver it, and then do it live in front of people. Stand-up comedy, it's pretty impressive. And so I think this is kind of our way of, we do come up with jokes or have funny ideas, and maybe our delivery isn't the best, but we can write it into the show and figure out how to present it and, make others laugh with those ideas.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, Brian.
Yes.
What is there anything in this? Okay. Check it out. Is there anything that you, besides out of this right here, that you want to try doing that's different from comedy? How some people that's never done anything that's horror or some type of different genre. Do you have something that you might want to dab into one day and see if
I definitely like to stab into the action genre for sure, and that'd be really cool, or a thriller or whatnot. I love acting, just any kind of acting. I would love to achieve it. I love the film industry in general. This is my passion.
That's what's up.
So
all right. That's cool. Okay. What about any others? If there's something besides, this comedy that you guys have possibly thought about trying?
As far as acting, I've acted a couple times, but just for our own projects, and I've never wanted to. But I'm pretty much willing to do almost anything to make our story come to life, and if that means I need to act for a little bit, I will. We've all kind of participated in other genres before, whether it's like a
sci-fi,
like a sci-fi or action drama or
Sci-fi is a close.
So we've dabbled in other stuff. I think comedy is something, just because we all come together and laugh so much, even if we're trying to write a different type of story, we're having a good time. So comedy was just natural for us, and I think we're all interested in a different genre and seeing what else we can do.
Okay. All right. So same for you guys too. For you too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Honestly, I didn't really ever plan on acting. I was more looking on the aspect of just maybe camera and editing, the whole filmmaker side of things. In the summertime, a joke was floating around saying that I look like Adam Driver from Star Wars. I really don't see this resemblance, but me and Kayla went to a mall, and some girl was like, "Oh my God, you remind me of
oh my God, yeah, she did tell him he looked like Keanu Reeves. I was like, no.
I got a little bit of a big head, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should have.
Thanks, girl at the mall.
And I will watch and be like, oh my God, he does not look like that.
Oh man. Gosh, I got to get over there. I wish you guys just live next door.
I know.
Come over there right now.
But yeah, it would be fun to have, because we love to collaborate, and so the show opens up the opportunity to have guests come in every episode. And you'll catch that in the first episode. And so I like that idea because you can include so many people.
Yeah, for sure. I got an idea right now. So I could be, I don't know why I was going to say creepy. Why would I say I'd be creepy? I could be your maybe they don't even see me like your friend, but through podcasts, and I'm always there, and they're like, what is she doing here? And hey, somebody's always talking to me, and I'm like, I'll just say it out the blue. They'll just start talking and be like, oh yeah. You just kind of, I'm just the podcast character, or I'm on the Zoom or podcast. I'm just there talking and stuff. Hey Brian.
I really like the fact that you do a lot of the shows on bullying too. I mean, I wasn't gonna mention this, but I will. I think you'll find it a little bit funny. But as I was inviting people to your podcast page, you know what I mean? I had one person reach out to me, and he was like, "I find it very ironic that you would send me to an anti-bullying page." When especially you were the biggest bully to me when we were in the Army, and I was like, oh man, I was this guy's boss, so you could imagine. But he decided he was going to start the year off by telling me off for ironically sending it to your page.
But when you watch this show, you'll watch Tim. He doesn't bully. But because he always has someone's best interest at the end, right? He wants to make people a better student, or he wants people to get on track, or he wants people. But the way it comes off sometimes can be like, whoa, dude, you know what I mean? But then when you look at the end result, it's always if the person is better off, So it's one of those things, So, and you'll see that in the episode too. No matter how mad he is at Brian, he still helps Brian. You know what I mean? So
just love hard, huh, Chan?
Yeah.
Tough love.
That's tough love. That's best love. I'm telling you.
Right.
For sure. Oh wow. I'm really excited. So, is it possible? I don't know if you guys have said this yet, but So you guys down with my idea? So I'm not playing. Yeah, how many episodes? Have you guys been said? How many episodes?
I'm looking at trying to make it around 7 episodes.
Okay.
And maybe having the 7th be a part 1, part 2.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, the pilot is just the establishing episode. Then the future episodes have like more in-depth plot lines. Like there's more dimensions to it, and I'm trying to add one to every episode. You know, like you see Tim and Brian, then you see Tim and Brian and a couple other people. Then you see, you know what I mean, and the situations progress. So
okay, for sure. Okay. Oh my God, I just blinked. I just went blank right now. I don't blink when that happens.
All of us.
That's what I was gonna. I came back. So the night. Okay, so when it airs, are you guys gonna like get together and like, do like a little watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to. We were planning like a huge release party, but it doesn't look like. It's like on a Tuesday night. Right. And, like, come off work and come to my party. I don't see it being that huge on a Tuesday night, but
yeah,
definitely for us. I mean, we're definitely get together. You know what I mean? We always do. I feel like we're really close to it, and I think that's what's so special about us is that we work together on other people's sets many times. You know what I mean? But we don't experience that kind of magic that we do on on our sets together. I feel like.
Yeah.
Very
true.
For sure.
It's that comfort level too of working with the people you know and knowing what they can provide to you. It's a definitely different dynamic than working with a bunch of people that you've never worked before. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I think we found what we didn't like from other sets that we've worked on together, and found what we did like, and start incorporating the things that we did like and the things that worked well into our own sets.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like everything is running smoothly because of it. Yeah,
that's cool. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's about making it work so everybody comes out on top.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Less problems, more money, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the goal. For sure. Okay. Well, I was like sitting here thinking, because I always have these twists I do with my show, and then they're usually audio, and I always do these skits. Personally, I think I'm pretty funny, because I'm thinking like, who does this kind of shit? Well, I do. I have these skits, so I'm talking to myself before the person comes on, and I'm kind of like, talking about my sweaty palms and just, or like whatever. I don't know where I picked it up from, but I just did it. I didn't want to be like the regular, podcast, dry podcast. And no disrespect to anyone, I'm not saying your podcasts are dry. They're just not mine. It's like, no.
Brandy J's the best.
Right. This is where it's at. I'm telling people they better stop sleeping on me. It's here. Seriously. But I always like to do something significant for people that I'm with at the time or my guests. So I just I'll pick these different games or just whatever pops in my head, and that could be anything. So you should be work.
We're ready.
No, really, you should be. It's crazy. But okay, so this one is just called questions, because sometimes it helps. I want the listeners to get to know you guys, because you're here, you're talking about your show, but then they get to connect. You know what I mean? To also the different sides of you guys, And so when they see you, they connect as a person. They're like, oh, okay, this is, Tim, Brian, this is okay. But at the same time, and then they they see this, they get to connect with you two. You know what I mean? That are, making it possible for them to be able to do what they do.
Yeah.
Everybody is a part. Okay. So this is called questions, and they're random, but not. Okay. So Kayla.
Yeah.
If you could describe, if there was a title of a movie that could describe your life right now, what would that be? Like a current, like a movie title that we all know.
Ooh, so.
How high?
Every day.
Oh man. I'd be like, how big?
So, you ever seen the movie Neighbors?
That one. That didn't come out in 19, did it?
Yeah, it would be like Neighbors minus the Neighbors.
Oh wait, they have like a daughter.
Yeah.
And she was in school, right?
No, they're like neighbors to fraternity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, okay. Because wasn't there like another one prior to that or something?
Huh?
Wasn't there one prior? But okay, so the fraternity, they were trying to like stay open, right? Or they had a party.
Yeah.
They were trying to say that. Yeah, that's a funny ass movie. Wait. So now let me go back. So that's your life, huh? That's your life.
Mine is the fraternity next door. Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. I'm gonna switch it up. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Meh.
Next question.
Yeah. So what if you could choose the title of any movie to describe your life right now, what would that what title would it be?
Oh man.
Dazed and Confused.
I'm just thinking of movies.
Brady got the jokes over there. That was a good one. Got
them all. Yeah. He knows us too well.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, he was correct?
Yeah.
Point for point. Oh, man. Okay.
I'll take that. I don't know.
Wait, you're gonna roll with that one?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Come on. You gonna take that one?
I've got a lot. I'm just thinking of movies I like. I'd say The Dark Knight, but I'm not rich or a superhero.
Yeah, see, but it just all pertains to what's going on. Like mine would be. Wait, I'm gonna take a minute. Are there any movies out there called "She's a Hot Mess"? I'm not sure. Are there?
Oh, there's tons of movies. there's lots.
Oh, how Stella got her groove back. It's like not my groove, but without the groove, I guess. I'm sure that'll work.
Yes.
You sure yours isn't? What's that one movie with the with the guys that the dancers and stuff? What do you call it? You know what I'm talking about? Magic Mike.
Mike. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Magic Mike. At night. You just disappear at night, huh? They can never find you, huh? I saw you. I'm just messing with ya.
Imagine you make it though.
Oh dear. What about you, Brian?
Just kidding.
Oh, Brian.
Hey, sorry about that.
Would you like me to ask the question again?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. So I can use my microphone. So, Brian, please tell us. No, really, I just thought this the other day. It's really cool. It's like a condenser, so I don't even know what that means. This works. Okay. Brian, if there's a movie that could describe your life right now, what would that be?
That would probably be probably Knocked Up, because I just had a baby 5 months ago and I'm still trying to figure out life. And I'm definitely on a crazy ride right now and doing Tim and Brian, and we're premiering worldwide. It's just definitely a crazy feeling to me, and I can't wait to showcase that to the world.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm very excited.
That's cool. You guys should be very, very, very proud of yourselves. And because you guys are also showing others, young people that they could do,
Oh, yeah.
They can relate and they can do it too.
They can. Anybody can do it. We have 4 cast and crew, 4 people total in one location, and we came out with the pilot.
Right. Very low
So
budget.
that's one of the things that I wanted to show people too. Is you don't have to go through all these billion different steps. You just have to do it. You have to get together. It has to be fun, and you just have to do it. Make people want to see what you have to show them.
Right. Yeah, because you can have all that other stuff, and then the movie just says, or the show doesn't work out. It's not great,
Right.
And so, yeah, I commend you guys. Because when I seen the trailer, I mean, I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is a little bit. I automatically, when I even found out what it was going, I think somebody was I think it was you, Brian, or were you talking on there? You're relating it to like, when you said I heard Pineapple Express, I automatically was like, oh shit. I was like, gotta see this shit, because that shit made me laugh. So, and I like to laugh, so I already knew it was going to be my type of movie.
I love making people laugh.
For sure. But so yeah, so that's how I feel, about that. And for me too, it's like for somehow I always end up intertwining, like no matter what anyone does, somehow it fits into in my head with my bullying advocacy, because this is like something that someone could connect to, you know what I mean? Versus, say, this be the outlet versus that gun they took to their head, because there are situations like that. I keep doing the research, and more, they get younger and younger. The youngest was 8 years old. And how did she even know, to hang herself? But she did it, and it was all because of bullying. But what was missing there? You know what I mean? What was the connection lost, where that was her way of getting her, you know what I mean? Yeah. Of getting away. Right. So, and that's when, to me, it comes down to wherever our mentors are, where are like guys like, like you guys or me, like they're doing things that other people can see, that be like, I could do that too, or to reach out to, or, you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Versus, maybe some kind of connection to where that might change the thought process.
Right, and it's like I said before, where complete strangers sometimes support you, where your closest friends and family don't, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully somebody's watching this podcast, and we know that if they create something or they put their voice out there, it might not be the people that they expect, but there's people out there who are going to love them back,
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you guys are amazing. I feel like we're all like best friends and family now. Okay. So I'm still waiting for my part, but I'm patient. I'll try out. I'll do the casting call.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, what do you want to see? I'll do a casting call right now. Okay, I'll do my. Have you ever seen?
You have everybody has to have the responsibility of parenting, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're adulting correct. I think if you manage your life correctly and you are able to responsibly consume marijuana, there really isn't a problem for it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say everyone's that way. I'm sure there's people who really do abuse it, to some extent. But really, I feel that there's always a big stigma around the marijuana. I've spoken to, like, I didn't always smoke pot. Like, I was served in the Army 11 years, no drugs, no, you know what I mean? No marijuana, nothing like that, for 11 years straight. So when I came out and saw this legalization, I was like, man, I want me some, I've been a good one for 11 years. I came out with I got a medical card, and I had some things medically wrong with me, but when you go to these things, you don't know what they're gonna prove you or not, And when I first got approved, I had like the biggest smile on my face, holding my little certificate. It's a prescription, not a certificate. It actually felt like a certificate for me.
You're like, sure it is. I have no idea. Yeah. For real. I bet you a lot of people can identify with you on that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely buying weed legally is definitely one of the greatest feelings ever.
Vegetable? What is it technically? Because it grows on trees.
Right? I mean, a lot of people are using it more and more, and it's helping medically. So it's like,
with like Tim and Brian, is that like in the Asian cultures where we're from, like South Korea, it's highly illegal, very frowned upon. Even like, I even have friends that are my age, who come and visit me, and they're like, why do you smoke that stuff? Do you think those are drugs? Like, man, you guys are so behind. You know what I mean? Like, all the time. But like, it's cool to see that we are Asian Americans, you know what I mean? And we are into that culture. So maybe maybe other Asian cultures will look out, like the younger ones would be like, oh, this isn't that bad, and try to somewhat change that negative view on it. Like right now, currently in South Korea, like if students came to Canada and smoked legal weed and went back, they could face up to a jail or like a $10,000 fine for just smoking while they were on vacation. So like
yeah. Crazy. Yeah, they have
Wow.
that lock over there.
Thanks for
We
looking up.
don't think we're gonna convince legalization over there, but just to kind of take some of the negative aspects of it away.
Yeah, loosen up a little bit, and yeah,
Right.
it's okay. You just gotta, just loosen up. Just do the research and realize, hey, it's really not that. Nobody's out there murdering or doing, not anybody on weed.
Yeah.
Go out and murder some people or do some crazy shit. After I've never known that to happen.
Right.
Me neither.
Same here.
First of all, I'm too tired to be out there doing
Right.
that.
You're too
Like,
busy thinking
shoot.
about the universe and like
For sure,
Stuck
for
in the
sure.
couch.
how close
Right.
is the black hole at the center of our galaxy? Really, what should we be worried about?
Exactly. But hey, maybe at some point we'll get there. Maybe with more movies like or shows like yours, it'll start to open people's minds more and be like, we need to loosen up. We need to laugh and have more of a good time because there's so much bullshit going on out here in the world. It's like, come on. Yeah, for
Part of the
sure.
show where they're stoners, but we don't talk about the stigmatism of it or how negative it is to be a stoner. We just show it's functional stoners. Like it's just
Right.
acceptable. It's just a part of who they are. They don't have to fight it. We don't have to defend it on the show because
Right.
we're trying to move forward and be like, get over the prohibition of marijuana and just start moving forward. So therefore, it's kind of it's something they enjoy, whether it's they drink a lot of alcohol or smoke a lot of cigarettes or whatever
Right.
it is. Like it's just kind of part of the story. That's all. It's not. They're not fighting the law. They're not out there trying to make share this big old message about weed. It's just they smoke and then they go about their lives.
Yeah.
For sure. You guys actually just gave me an idea for another show that I might do tonight. With those three, what Matt just said there, I kind of like striking, people's thought, and started getting them thinking and stuff. Like, think about that one because it's true, So for sure, you're gonna be hearing that tomorrow.
Yay.
But yeah, all yours will be. We spoke the 9th, right? Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that'll be going down, and I'm excited for you guys and. You guys are more than welcome to stay here all night, but I know you don't want to. We should have a slumber party. We should leave our phones on. Would that be funny?
I'll put my phone on a pillow so that you can like.
Yeah. And I'll tell you when Matt leaves, so he can go do his like Magic Mike thing. I'd be like, I saw it. See everything.
From me and Brian's team, all you're gonna hear is like bong bubbles.
Yeah. I'm there. Oh man, I had so much fun with you guys. You guys are the best.
Thank you.
We had so much fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, right? Okay, I gotta stop you guys. I don't know if you remember that part on I think it was Half Baked. The part where he was like, "Thank you, man." They were all like, they were all like doing it at the same time, and it was kind of like, it's so surreal. But best show ever. But yes, so if anyone you guys want to take us out and let everybody know once again when it's going down, where to find it, and all of that new love.
Definitely. I will definitely do that. I love sharing it with everybody. So I'm a sharer of everything. So.
Well, you know what I mean. Yeah.
I'm a sharer of everything. We don't share that now.
Of course. Look, Kayla, what's that look, Kayla?
Yeah, maybe Tim shouldn't talk. Are you gonna take it away now, or are you gonna?
Oh, you want me to talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So April for the 14th.
So so January 14th. Sorry, I was gonna let him do it. He just wasn't going for it.
January 14th, we're releasing worldwide.
Yeah, on Roku, on
and
Amazon,
TV.
on
No,
Fire
not
TV.
Amazon, Fire.
Yeah, sorry. Roku and Fire TV. It's on an app called Resilient. It's free to watch, and I think everyone's gonna like it. It's just a fun show. It's a funny show, and like you said, anyone and everyone who's watching, you watch our show, and you'll see that you can do this. Like, if you want to, just go for it. If you have any questions on how to, hit up our page and ask us. Like.
The Tim and Brian Show.
The Tim and
on
Brian
Facebook.
Show.
All right,
Or
that's
YouTube.
what's up.
We're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube and Facebook. So.
Okay. For sure. Okay, well, excuse me. Thank you. And you guys are welcome here anytime, whenever, if you guys want to come back and update us.
We'll do.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Much,
thank
and we
you.
will-
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, everybody. So I'm here, Brandy Joy, a voice to be reckoned with Kayla, Tim, Matt, and Brian of the Tim and Brian Show.
Yeah.
2020.